Niddah Perek Dalid, Mishnah Aleph. First Mishnah in the fourth chapter of Masechet Niddah. We're done with the Mishnayot about miscarriages, and now we're going to talk about different communities, different people, and what their Halachic Tuma and Tara status was. You invite somebody over, can you welcome them into your house? Are they considered Tameh or Tahor? Or whatever, they walk into your store, etc. Says the Mishnah, Benot Kutim. Now, who are the Kutim? The Kutites. The Kutim are a sect that converted in the times of the Navi, in the times of the prophets. And it's a big machloket whether they're considered legitimate Gerim converts or not. If you look it up, the Kutim in the Wikipedia, you come up to Shomronim. Today we even have Shomronim. Chazal called them Kutim. If you look in Sefer Melachim, what happened is, B'tchilat lo yiru et Hashem, right? They didn't fear God. Vayishlach Hashem be'em et ha'arayot. So they got started eaten by lions. So the question is, if you convert because you're afraid of being eaten by lions, are you a real ger or are you not a real ger? Gerei arayot or not? So nonetheless, the Kutim had their own status. They were a separate sect. They kept many mitzvot in the times of Chazal. But what's their halachic status? As the Mishnah, Benot Kutim, the daughters of the Kutim, the female Benot, Nidot me'ari satan. They are Nidot me'ari satan, means at any age, me'ari satan from the cradle. Why? The Bartanura explains because they had a different understanding of certain psukim. Okay, the Torah says v'isha kitiyeh zava, a woman who's a zava, meaning that's the halacha of Niddah status, zava her flow or Niddah's flow. Vitanya, we have a Braita, we had a Misora. I mean the classic Jewish understanding. Ene alisha she gedola. I know that's isha. The Torah says isha tinoket bat yom echad Niddah meaning a tinoket, a baby, even 1 day old. But it really means when a girl, even if she's not of majority age, if she has menstrual flow, how do I know that she also has a status of Niddah? Talmud Omer, ve'isha. So we learned it from the word ve'isha, vav. That extra vav tells you ve and also. The kutim lo darshi isha ve'isha. The kutim don't have that drasha, right? And therefore, v'chi chazina and ktanot, when their girls who are not of a majority age, chazian, when they see menstrual flow, lo mafreshilu, they don't consider it to be tameot. Hilkach, therefore, gazi b'hu rabbanan delitmu kula. The rabbi said, listen, they're not meticulous or careful about being separate as nidot, and therefore they're all nidot me'ari satan. The halachic status of all the benot kutiyot are nidot. V'kutim, and so what about the kutim themselves? Mitami'in Mishkav tachton ke'elyon. Kutim, they themselves, are mitameh. Mishkav tachton ke'elyon. Mishkav means something you lie on. Okay, the Bartanura has one explanation. I'm going to give you the Kahati's explanation. When you lie on something, let's say you're like the Princess and the Pea. You lie on 10 mattresses or 100 mattresses, right? So Mishkav tachton, the lowest one, the bottom one, ke'elyon, like the one that you're touching. Mishkav tachton ke'elyon. The kutim are mitameh, like a bo'el niddah. So the Bartanura says, Tachtono shel bo'el niddah, the bottom layer of a person who's bo'el niddah, a person who sleeps with a niddah, who has relations with a niddah, is tameh, like the elyono shel zav, like the top is one of a zav, which means eino betameh ela ochlim umashkim. That a bo'el niddah, when a person sleeps with a niddah, when he has relations with a niddah, he's tameh. She's tumat av, but he's tameh now. He becomes tameh. But not an avatuma, rather rishon the tuma, that he can make food and drink tameh, but not other kelim. So that's what the Mishnah says. Kuti mitamin mishkav tachton ke'elyon. They are rishon the tuma to make food and drink tameh. So like imagine if you had 7-Eleven, the guy don't touch the food. Why? Mipnei she'em bo'alei nidot, because they are bo'alei nidot, because the kutim, that they obviously believed in the halachot of niddah, and they obviously wouldn't sleep with nidot on purpose, but V'hen yoshvot al kol dam v'dam. And they sit niddah on any blood, any color blood. Let's look at the Bartanura for a second what that means. Kolomar. Meaning, the fikach, hakutim ein bo'alei nidot. Why the kutim bo'alei nidot? The kutim also believe in the Torah, and the Torah says don't have relations with the niddah. Why? Lefi shem yoshvot al kol dam. Because the kutiot they were more meticulous about every color of blood. The chol dam sheroeh, any color of blood she saw. Bein adam, bein yarok, whether it was green or, even there, remember, green is yellow, or red. Yoshevet alav yemei nidot. Then they would sit yemei nidot. V'zoto katakalahi lahem. That's a problem. Why? She'imro adam. Remember, they were dealing with the oraita dam niddah. You start counting 7 days. So if she saw, let's say, a yellow color, okay, that she had an excretion of a yellow, some kind of yellow, and it's a mucus, she says, I'm a niddah, starts counting 7. Okay? But if she sees then 3 days later blood, red, like red blood, then she's already started counting from the beginning of the week. And she's not counting 7 days. And that was tahor. And so then she goes to the mikvah after 7 days. Let's say on Sunday she sees yellow mucus. She starts counting. She's going to go to the mikvah. Remember, these kutim were only going 7 days, like the Torah says. She's going to mikvah the next Sunday. But on Thursday she saw a dam. And now Sunday comes along. So according to Chazal, according to Mishnah, her husband who sleeps with her is a Bo'el Niddah. That's why he's Bo'el Niddah, because Halachic she was a Niddah. And therefore, they're all Bo'el Nidot, and therefore they're Mitamin Mishkav Tachton Ke'elyon, therefore they're Mitameh Ochlin Umashkin. But, Ve'en Chayavin Aleh Bi'at Mikdash. If the kuti touches something and makes it tameh, and you bring it to the Beit HaMikdash, you're not chayav. Moreover, if the kuti touches something, you don't burn the truma, rather you can't use it, you have to be tolin, you have to let it like rot. Because their tuma is not vadai, because remember they are meticulous, they are careful, so it's a case of a suffix. Now the Gemara has a whole long discussion why we said tumat suffix is still tameh. You can look it up in the Bartanura, you can see there's a very, very long discussion in the Bartanura about it. That's beyond the scope of our learning. We'll stop here. But before we do, I just want to raise one more point that the Bartanura makes. That's an important, actually a halachic point. It says the following. All these things, kutim machzikim b'Torah. There was only when the kutim were machzikim b'Torah, they followed the Torah. They were very, very meticulous. Meaning all of these, we could say that's a safek and everything. All these halachot when the kutim were medaktikim. But once they examined, somebody, they went in and checked and they said, listen, they went to Har Grizim. Nowadays, you go to the kutim and Har Grizim, there's a shomronim are there. Somebody went and saw kidmut yonah, they saw this image of a yonah, of a dove. They were worshipping it, so they were idol worshippers. They made them like non-Jews, for everything. Whether tamei Torah or shar dinim shebetorah. There's no difference between them and non-Jews. They don't have any special halachic Jewish status. Okay, we'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.